Ladies, gentlemen, and young ladies, good evening, everyone. Featured in international news, the Russian Federation no longer has limit in the face of its indirect fight against Washington and against the West, in a way global. We have all seen what Venezuela is in train of crossing under pressure maximum, obviously from the United States of America. Russia is now joining the dance. Russia arrives in Venezuela with a political and military agreement supplemented by an economic agreement. If China just came with the economic agreement, which aims to perhaps to push China from secure Venezuelan oil in a way indirect, Russia comes directly with a military agreement. Yes, military, political agreement, economic, Maranatha, it means joint exercises, and all that is happening in Russia is that Iran supports Venezuela. Iran supports Venezuela. Russia supports Iran. My friend's friend is my friend, and Russia is trying to have his influence all over the world and in the history of peoples. When the people are truly oppressed, it is Russia that always comes to help, to the rescue. Wherever the West has passed, that the West has everything spoiled, Russia comes to repair. We still remembers after the independence in Africa, more especially for my case country, Guinea, when it happened like that. When they left, they have cut even the wires, cables, electric. They have everything taken away with them. It is the former Union of Soviet Socialist Republic which has came to the rescue of the Republic of Physiotherapists. Yes. So, what's going on in relation to this agreement? It is necessary to recall that the COR was voted on the National Assembly Venezuelan. And so within the framework of this video conferencing, this is what news that we are going to talk about. But before continuing, you already know rhetoric. Just accept that I remember for new people, and then it allows me to take a break before taking the strength to go down in the depths, the meanders of the depths to pull you out. The information is well analyzed. So I know many are already accustomed to this little break. Share, put a lot of likes, new, put subscribe. And I said a big thank you, Many people sent me money lately by clicking for send gifts. I tell you thank you so much. Yes, I will do everything on time in the next video. I will say the different names, even if the names do not appear clearly, but emails, especially on YouTube. I am going to do this to say thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you all. So let's dive in. It is a political and military agreement which is in gestation between Russia and Venezuela. Panic in the United States of America. Russia is engaging everything at the same time. Causes by there, it penetrates on the NATO territory over there, and then that comes again, it does something else by here. I tell you, everything is complicated. So there was a symbolic vote of the Venezuelan National Assembly. The president of the Venezuelan parliament, George Rodriguez, confirmed that the National Assembly has approved in first reading an agreement of comprehensive strategic cooperation with Russia. Just on first reading, the National Assembly voted. Yes, the National Assembly approved. So this agreement covers several aspects. The first part is cooperation military. The second part is cooperation energy. The third part is cooperation technological. And the last part is the financial cooperation. Russia, when Russia enters a thing, it first enters the cooperation on the level squarely military, since that is what obviously Venezuela needs now, because the manhunt to which Washington surrendered against the Venezuela lately, I tell you, say that's scary. Many are not interested in current events on the side from Venezuela. But what Venezuela is doing to undergo is very, very serious. And it is why the powers there rise up. Let's go. So the capital Venezuela, Caracas, which is Venezuelan capital, presents Moscow as a long-standing strategic ally term. A long-term strategic ally in opposition to American pressure. So what is Moscow's role in the Venezuelan maneuver? Already the Venezuela carried out a major exercise demonstration. We talked about it on morning. Many refused to go follow this video conference by estimating, no, it happens in Latin America over there, There's a lot of what's going on passes through Ukraine, Poland, and others. That's what interests them. But the front, which is being opened on the side from Venezuela, it's going to be bad. Will be very serious even, very serious, because that there, it puts in direct presence NATO, the global south, directly from great powers. America is directly involved. China is directly involved. Russia is directly involved. You will not, nothing. You haven't understood anything yet. So for Russia, establish itself permanently in Venezuela. It is having a military foot and energy in the hemisphere western, a coveted area where there is a lot of oil. So the agreement will be able to strengthen, firstly, the delivery of weapons modern in Caracas, Venezuela. Modern weapons, defense, anti-aircraft, drones, and equipment naval. Russia to strengthen capabilities, Venezuelan military, so that the Venezuela can face the United States of America because Trump is not ready to give up this Venezuela affair. So the oil cooperation and gas with Roneft and Gazprom. So on the financial side, and the agreement will also be able to strengthen financial transactions outside of the dollar to control sanctions American. You know, the member countries BRICS now, when they pass agreements, they make payments in local currency. Yes, yes, in local currency, it leaves the dollar aside. The goal is to bring down the dollar and bring down the American economy. If you haven't noticed, the dollar began to fall very strong, very strong. So, and what is it, what should be said? This is a direct geopolitical challenge in the United States of America. The return of an anti-Washington axis in America Latin. It's a big challenge. It's an axis anti-Washington. We have China, Russia, Iran, which lines up in Venezuela to face America. And so with this agreement, the Venezuela becomes Russian beachhead in Latin America like Cuba during the Cold War. So Caracas is sending a message to Washington. Venezuela wants to tell Washington that it will not bend to US sanctions, and the Venezuela relies on Russia as guarantor of its safety. It is not finished there. Now, for the United States of America, this opens the spectrum of threat, of near threat of their border, because if Russia arms the Venezuela, that means the threat is very, very close to the border American. And so, ladies, young ladies and gentlemen, that was the front page of international news. Thank you for the share as much as possible. I'll get back to you soon with news. So it was the voice of your humble servant, the Samurai.